Okay, we are back. Um, or at least I think we are.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Can anybody hear me?
Oh, there's like a 90-second delay for this one.
Oh goodness. Well, anyways, I guess if we are live, then I will go ahead and introduce myself again. My name is Lego. Played this game for a very long time, all the way back to Brood War, and I still suck. And this is my good friend Zeno. He's very quiet because he's trying to work.
I've yes.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I think I've sorted the issue.
Okay. Well, good deal. For those of you that are unaware, I am a respectable Protoss player. I'm still
Debatably.
classifying that as my main right now. I play a lot of Zerg in my off time, and I flip flop all the time as to which is truly my main. But I am a respectable Protoss player. I try and play the macro game as much as possible. This man sitting next to me, though, he loves cannons. He is actually in Discord with me right now. His name reads as follows: Xenodactyl Cannonholic. I'm not sure if that's an actual word. It doesn't really roll off the tongue very well.
There
but
is no end to it. Did you read it correctly?
Cannaholic.
There you go.
I am sorry. I misspoke. It's very tiny print, and it's also on my second monitor far away from me. So
okay, that is forgivable. That is forgivable.
I appreciate your forgiveness as well. But yes, this man is a dirty cannon rusher, but he is one of the best that I know. He is able to take out master players, even though he himself only qualifies for Diamond 2, which I am still very astounded by. If we could just get his macro skills up to par, he would be a serious threat in the Masters League, and I definitely would not want to face him there. We are just sorting out a few things here as far as the map that we are going to be playing on. We are checking out what the vetoes are right now. First veto is going to be automation. I believe that's one of the newer maps. It's perfectly understandable. We haven't played on that very much thus far. Want to typically keep to stuff that we're familiar with, especially if we're playing for the pride of our clan. I am trying to come up with many things to say. Also, guys, worth mentioning, if you do watch our stream and you play the game StarCraft and you want to have all of the fancy skins, but you don't really want to play the game too much, we have good news for you because we are able to give you access to the war chest via Twitch, and you can get experience towards your war chest if you purchase one. So that is always something to be mindful of. I have gotten actually most of my experience by watching streams of this sort. Currently, we are able to get up to phase 2 in the war chest. A great way to catch up if you're buying in a little bit late. And I have to tell you, the skins are incredible this time around. We have the forged ones for the Protoss, which make them look like Calderine buildings. We have the Simulant for the Zerg, which make them all into mechanical buildings, including the larva that spawn outside of the hatchery, which I did not even realize that they counted as a structure. But anyway, we also have the special forces for the Terran, which makes them um, look a lot like the ones if you have played any of the Nova campaign or if you have played Nova herself on the co-op version of the game. Which, if you guys haven't played that version of the game, it is actually a lot of fun. Um, they've changed it a lot since they first iterated it. So if you played it way back then and you haven't touched it in a while, I recommend trying it again because it's actually quite entertaining, especially if you have a buddy that isn't all that great at StarCraft, is kind of just picking it up. It's a great way for them to kind of learn the basics, get into the game, and kind of have you to fall back on in the event that anything bad happens. But we are going to be getting into game now. We are on Kyranos Junction, and
Kairos.
it is Cairo. I'm so sorry. I am. You are absolutely right. It is Kairos Junction, Ladder Edition, and we are going to have a very fun ZVZ. A lot of you don't like ZVZ, and I completely understand that. I really do. I don't like playing it. It's not fun to play, but every once in a while it is a blast to watch because of how explosive the game can be, especially in the early game.
All right, you want to start off our introductions then?
I would love to. In the top left, playing for Alpha X, it is Ice Prelude. That is a very interesting name.
And to the bottom right has the red Zerg. Representing Cryptic, it is Sir Barricus.
Sir Barricus. He has a knighthood. That's amazing. A Zerg with a knighthood. That means the Queen of England is a Zerg.
Who said that he represents England? He could be a knight for some other nobility-based...
What other... we're actually going to get very aggressive in this ZVZ as well. Let me talk a little bit about the build orders that we have going on. Ice Prelude is going for a very fast spawning pool with gas. He actually hasn't put workers
both
on
players
gas.
are...
That has to be a mistake. Yes, and the Zerg in the bottom is going for what looks like a very similar build. I believe that the spawning pool for our blue Zerg, though, Ice Prelude went down at 15 supply with the extractor trick, and Sibaricus went down at either 16 or 17 supply. I wasn't paying close enough attention. They are both throwing down their expansions, though, a little bit faster for Ice Prelude, but he doesn't have nearly the worker count of Sibaricus, which will make a big difference as the game goes on. The thing is he doesn't actually made any Zerglings as of yet, which is very odd. Okay, he just got 2 right now. He needs to make sure he gets a few more because I do not believe that Ice Prelude is going to let these lings sit out in front of his base for very long, especially with 8 of them on the field already. Did we lose an Overlord, or did he extractor trick again?
He extractor tricked.
Okay.
It definitely felt like we lost one, but...
yeah, but that's perfectly okay. I question how much it actually helps. It's very different. Oh, I am so sorry. That was my phone.
A Roachhorn going down for Sir Barricus.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. I feel like off such fast pools, like you're almost forcing the game into Ling Bane at some stage, but
well,
okay.
What's interesting is he's decided to completely skip on Zergling speed and go straight up to his Roach Warren.
Oh, good catch.
So he's banking a lot of gas here. This is a very odd strategy from both players, though. Zergling speed is done for Ice Prelude, and he too is going for his Roach Warren. Both players are playing very off-standard, but it's kind of, going to...
They're the same
like
off-standard, almost.
Yeah, it's very odd. This Evolution Chamber is going to get +1 for his Roaches. Now, in a Roach War, for those of you that are unaware, roaches gain +2 for every upgrade. So in roach battles, the upgrade, if one player has +1 and the other one does not, is a huge deal. And +1 roaches, 2-shot zerglings, just like zealots. So it doesn't really matter how many zerglings you have versus +1 roaches. They are doing almost, they're doing like 4 damage a hit on zerglings to roaches, and roaches are 2 hitting the lings. So they are not going to die very quick, and this push by Ice Prelude is going to be brutal, it would seem, as Sir Barricus does not have any units hardly at all. 3 queens, a handful of zerglings with no speed, a single spine crawler going down. These queens need to retreat immediately. That is a very not good spot. The roaches are coming up. They are slow, so reinforcements are going to take quite a while. The roaches have spawned for Sir Barricus, though, so this should be a hold. He has plenty of queens. The spine is getting in on the action, and this is not going to break Sir Barricus, but they are going to trade out. And I actually like the position that Sir Barricus has now, all of a sudden. It has gone much more into his favor. He's going to have +1 finished soon with an equal roach count, but he is way up on drones. A lot of gases going down now for Ice Prelude, so he's going to try and get his roach production ramped up. You really only, if you're going to stick to only roaches, you really only need 3 gases. Oh, very interesting. Cerbericus isn't gonna go for the attack timing that I typically go for. He is going to throw down a third, and he is just going to sit back defensively. I think that initial roach push scared him a little.
Maybe.
I think he's kind of reconsidering what he wants to do. Ice Prelude, on the other hand, is very scared.
He also lost an
has-
Overlord, so he doesn't know if there's a third down or not.
That's true. Ice Prelude is setting up very defensively. 2 spines and a whole bunch of roaches in a perfect concave so far. Nothing's gonna get in there anytime soon.
Yeah, I think both players are not entirely certain where the game is.
Yeah, which that can happen.
Perfectly understandable. Well. Yeah. Especially with like both players started off in a very unusual opening. Yeah. So like you take an engagement and then there's not really someone.
Nidus Worm by Cerbericus. I didn't actually see this. He's loaded up his queens, it looks like. Or wait, he's loaded up a queen. He's now loading up the rest of his queens. The rest of his units are coming in. The Nidus is coming out. The reaction is there by Ice Prelude, and this is not going to end well, I do not believe. Oh, why did he pull back? I believe he should have taken that fight. Second Nidus is going down. Cerbericus is trading out a little better because of the +1. The next Nidus is coming out. It's going to bring reinforcements, and I believe this game is actually over. The roaches are coming in, and Ice Prelude has nothing. He's trying to move his spines up. They need the roaches. They need to attack the spines before they finish burrowing. Come on, get in there. What are you doing? Attack. There you go. Okay. All right. It's working out. The spines are going down, and that is pretty much it. No, it's not it. There are a bunch of mutas that are coming out. There's 10 mutas on the way for Ice Prelude. It is possible that he stops this, but he's going to take a ton of damage. The spire goes down. That's a huge deal.
Those are all the mutas he's going to have, and there are 2 queens with this. Yeah. So I don't know how he holds. Like
he will be able to clean up a lot, but I do believe that the roaches are going to do critical damage before he is able to do anything. And like the hatchery is down.
Like he doesn't have a third to evacuate to.
No, this is the game is pretty much over at this point. The mutas are completely uncontested, but the roaches are just going to take way too long to kill. They are in great quantities. There is a base going down in the bottom left for Ice Prelude, but honestly, I just cannot imagine this working. There's spores that are going to be going down. I would actually throw down a couple more if I were Cerbericus right now. in order to make absolutely sure, because mutas can kill spores if there are enough of them. Spores do extremely well against them, but like actually ridiculously well. But if you have two, then they are going to take brutal damage. This is it's gonna be a very the roaches do get cleaned up, but this is turned into a very bad game for Ice Prelude.
Yeah, I mean,
how many drones does he have? Does he have any drones? He has 3. He has 3 drones, and Cerbericus is throwing down a 4th in the top right corner. He has 35 drones, which isn't a huge amount, but the mutas are coming in and attacking a spore straight up. That's not a good idea. A single Hydra no, 3 Hydras are here. The mutas will be able to clean them up, but this is all Ice Prelude has. The trickling of Hydras will be enough, and this game is over. Ice Prelude does not have enough. A single Zergling has found his only hatchery. 4 mutas remain, but the Spore Crawler takes out one of them, down to 3, and that is it. Ice Prelude calls out the GG. Very wonky ZVZ, but Cerbericus is able to claim victory there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Nidus attack with the roach follow-up, or with the never-ending roaches, did absolutely critical damage. I'm sorry if I kind of hogged the show there, but I've played a lot of ZVZ in my time.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's definitely a matchup you're gonna have more experience. And
we get a PvP. I'll let you talk all over it. Especially if it's a cannon rush, I'll just completely shut up.
1 second, I need to figure out what map was the veto of the starting. No. There are no vetoes in. I misspoke. There are no vetoes in VTL. What it is there's a starting map for the week, but that it actually becomes the veto in the event that there is like what we had.
Okay.
I cannot. My English is not very good right now. As I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. You try reading something completely unrelated to what you're talking about and see how well you do.
Oh, please! I don't even need to try. You try talking to somebody while you're texting somebody else. 2 totally different conversations going on at the same time. That does not work at all.
What the heck? Where did the... One second. Ah!
The frustrations. Get on stream, all of a sudden you're the most popular guy in the room.
I know, right?
What is up with that?
I don't know. It's like every time you want, it's just like, oh, hello. The rest of the world wants to talk to you now.
Yeah, seriously. It's unbelievable. I live alone, okay, in my apartment.
Okay.
And I sometimes go days without hearing from any of my family members. In the last hour and a half, I have heard from 4 out of 5 of them. All of them wanting to know how I'm doing, what I'm up to, do I want to go and get drinks later. Of all the times to get text messages, man, I tell ya. Going to go ahead and silence that thing, so if I do get any more interruptions, you guys won't be able to hear them, hopefully. Oh, I was talking a little bit earlier to you guys about the different skins that we got in our latest war chest. I was so pleased at BlizzCon when they finally announced that they were going to have building skins. It seemed like the next logical step, especially with all of the assets kind of already in the game for a lot of them. I mean, the the forged and the special the Nova Covert Ops skins were basically already in the game, with a few notable exceptions to the roster of buildings that they actually were able to make. And as far as the Zerg ones were concerned, those definitely would have taken the most work, starting from absolute scratch. But very interesting thing about the Zerg buildings as well, if you guys don't know, the buildings, instead of the typical bleeding at about a third HP, they now catch on fire just like Terran buildings, but they do not burn down. Unfortunately, they do not change that aspect of the game. That would be quite hilarious if Zerg buildings started to burn down. It'd be very unfortunate for the Zerg, especially seeing as though they only have queens with the ability to heal them back to the point where they wouldn't be bleeding anymore. But yes, very interesting. And of course, most of the mech units, whenever they die, they will explode and burn. If they have the mech skins on the Zerg units, all very cool, very interesting little effects that they've added to the game, and I applaud Blizzard for their decision there to have all of these little nuances to the game. It makes it very interesting to watch, makes it very interesting to play, and it's fun unlocking all of the different skins. At least it is to me. I enjoy it a lot. It is a little strange, especially playing Protoss, where um, all of your buildings are typically golden, to have some of them be very dark, like your gateways, and have your cyber core be normal and golden. But as we unlock the rest of the skins, everything will match and it'll be very pretty. I
Oh
believe that
yeah,
we are now getting.
it is a
We've
little
got
bit.
everybody in lobby now,
Okay, excellent.
or do we?
I
Are we
think we
missing
do.
one? Does Cryptic have
I
two
think it's
casters
me.
or one?
I think they have one. I think they just may have.
Oh, okay. Alrighty then. Sir Baricus did win, so that means that he will be moving on to face the next player from AlphaX, which is going to be Nemesis. He is a Protoss player. I've played
She, in
against him
fact.
a couple. I am sorry. I've played against her a couple of times. She's pretty good Protoss player. I have no glaring complaints in her playstyle.
She has some uniqueness to her playstyle as well.
It'll be
We
interesting.
can get into what we expect from Nemesis once this game starts.
All right. I'm hoping that
Actually,
Serbericus's
if this is a
macro will.
PVZ, okay. Well, I will save my comments for once the game actually loads.
Okay then.
Yeah. I see chat has already caught on to some of this.
What's that?
There is at least one thing Nemesis is known for, and it is the Dark Templar.
Oh yes, the good old DTs. Honestly, there's a facet about DTs from StarCraft One that I'm quite glad did not carry over, because in StarCraft One, for those of you that don't know, DTs would one-shot workers, and if something in StarCraft One got one shot, it didn't actually count as the unit being under attack, because it was simply there and then it was all of a sudden not there. And so you would not get an alert in game saying that your workers were under attack. And then all of a sudden you would pan back to your main base and you'd look at your drone line and there would be none.
Oh.
And you're just thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, what happened? I was looking on the other side of the map, trying to attack with my Zerglings and Hydras. I look back, and there are no drones at my main base, and my
Oh
hatchery's
man.
down to half HP
Oof.
because a Dark Templar walked in.
Okay. Well, you want to start off?
Alrighty then, I will start in the bottom right. Winning last game and playing for Team Cryptic, it is Cerbericus.
Oopsies. I cannot type. There we go. Okay. And in the top left, as the pink Protoss, representing Psyx, it is Nemesis. Oh, did I? Okay. AlphaX.
I believe that she's going to go for Nexus first, actually.
Indeed. This is standard
look at how many probes
for
she
Nemesis.
is queuing up. My goodness.
This is a standard Nemesis opening. There is one variant to her PVZ that is Xeno influenced, but beyond that, we'll leave it at that.
Xeno influenced. Interesting. Is it a Forge follow-up?
It doesn't. If she has gone Nexus first, you won't see it. So.
The drone here for Cerbericus actually comes in and scouts the Nexus first. I don't know if he's kind of put 2 and 2 together yet, as the drone is idle, but yeah, that is a very like not too many players drone scout these days, but this one has worked out very well. And I wonder what his reaction will be.
Well, he drone scouted in the previous game as well. So I think that's.
Oh, did he really? I didn't notice that. Okay, in the ZBZ. Okay, well,
yep.
That's, yeah, in ZBZ I understand it a little bit more though, because that can be a very explosive match. I never really did it. I kind of relied on overlords and pathing for them to spot all of that nonsense.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't really say.
I can totally understand if somebody wanted to do that. Oh, interesting. There is a forge actually before.
Right, that's just defensive. I think she does that in like pretty much all cases, just so that she can have a safety cannon for her Nexus first. It's like, well, I can afford the extra minerals because
that drone could get a probe kill.
Yeah, that would be pretty big.
Oh nope, the probe gets to live. The drone has decided he's overstayed his welcome. Oh no, the zealot comes out. The drone is trapped.
Actually, it could mineral walk if it were. If it were to, it would escape. But.
Oh, there's a pack of 6 Zerglings sitting outside as well. Yeah, the cannon does finish. Very interesting opening by our Protoss player Nemesis here. On the other side of the map, it looks like it is just going to be a ton of Lings and Banes. He's going to try and go for a bust.
Nemesis has Twilight in the top right, but she needs to identify what's coming. Her Adept has shaded out, and it does see all the Lings. So that is huge. There will be a Stalker. She needs to drop a shield battery yesterday, and this drone sees a lot still. I don't know if she realized that she saw those Lings. Like,
if the
she's not really reacting.
First, the Stalker and the does not quite actually get. Oh, pylon goes down.
That's good.
Does actually wall that off. Okay, photon cannons and shield batteries are going down. The drone finally gets killed in the background there by the Stalker, and that is all she wrote for right now. If I were Cerbericus, I don't know that I would continue going for this. I mean, he has made a lot of Zerglings, but...
No, with the full wall behind that location...
Yeah, like, this is going to be very hard to break now.
He would have to bust the gateway instead. And that's not a...
Yeah, and 2 cannons here as well. They'll kill like 1 or 2 banelings if the banelings come up first before And he just doesn't have enough gas. He hasn't been he's only been mining off of one geyser, and I don't think he was mining fully off of that until just recently.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have enough gas to make banelings.
Warp Prism and DTs will be on the other side of the map in a moment as well. So like, this is gonna start swinging the other way in a moment if Cerbericus doesn't pick a side of the road to stand on.
Cerbericus is sitting at 24 drones, so he is
actually. I guess he's picked a side.
He just went up to 30, but he is if he loses any drones.
Now the side of the road that he chose to stand on was the cheese side, and he didn't identify and commit to that.
Observer comes out and just parks right over top of the Ling Bane. Oh, gross.
DTs have warped into the main. There is no detection in the main.
There's also 2 DTs attacking the third base of Cerbericus. There is just absolutely nothing. He does have a lair, so he can get Overseers. One is morphing. It just so much. 4 DTs are going to kill his lair.
This is like...
But even with detection, can he kill 4 Dark Templar?
I don't think so.
Oh, he does have his Lings and Banes coming back now, but this is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Oh my goodness, if he could get the spawning pool. Or if she could get the spawning pool, I'm sorry.
I don't think she will.
It's actually going to happen. No, the Banelings come in and take out the Dark Templar there. But 2 hatcheries have gone down to Dark Templar. Protoss is on 2 bases, fully saturated. Immortals are coming out. Zealots are warping in droves.
Well, the good thing for Cerbericus is that like he did at least clean up all 6 DTs. So that was a costly gas investment for Nemesis, but he doesn't have the economy to like capitalize on that. Like if the Zerg actually had an economy, this would be another matter.
The two Dark Templar that killed his third are actually now sitting at his 4th, or they're just walking away now.
Oh, okay.
So those 2 DTs are still in the game.
That's fine.
I don't know that 2 Spore Callers are necessary here, but do what you will, my man. It's possible he could walk one to one of the other bases. Maybe that's his plan, but I just don't see an out for him.
There is no way out of this.
No. Archons are now in the game. 2 Immortals, Zealots, Stalkers, Warp Prism. How many gates are we sitting at? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gates. And +1 is done. +2 is now on the way. It's just so many things stacking up against our Zerg player here. He just does not have a prayer. Absolutely no prayer whatsoever. His third base is going to get killed again. No stopping that. Kill, no cancel, looks like. Yep. Oh, look at these Archons leaving trails everywhere they go as well. How cool is that? Lair is done now. His main hatchery has been reestablished, but he has 34 workers and no attacking units whatsoever against 2 Archons, 2 Immortals, 15 Zealots. Yeah, there's just absolutely no hope at all. And Nemesis does come in and gets the killing blow. AlphaX is now on the board, 1 apiece. Very clean game by Nemesis there, actually. Kind of older style DT build, but packs a wallop. Especially against the opening from Cerbericus there. A failed Bane bust.
Yeah, a Bane bust is one of those things that, like, if done correctly, can be, like, really strong. And especially when there's no Stargate, right? Because the Oracle is supposed, in the traditional matchup, it's the answer to a lot of that. But Nemesis didn't like the Banelings didn't breach the wall, and Nemesis reacted just in the nick of time, so it was a fantastic position for the openings.
unfortunately as well, like the Bane bust itself was not executed very well at all
Sure.
because there were 4 banelings, which was not
One
enough to
shy.
kill
Yeah.
the first zealot there. So
Mm-hmm.
the zealot actually held, and then pylons and cannons and shield batteries went down immediately after that, and there just was not enough of a punch to get in there.
Right.
But yeah, it's a very aggressive strategy, and it really needs to work the first time. I think the Achilles heel for him doing that build there was he just did not have enough gas in the early game. You really need 2 gas geysers mining if you're gonna try and do something like that.
Hmm. Sure.
Okay then. Um, we're just working out the details as far as map picks. It is, I believe it's loser's choice on
Yes, it
this.
will be their choice. I'm going to pass lead back to you so that I can
Oh,
make the
okay.
game in a moment.
Alrighty then. Um,
And then I will leave the party and then make the map and then rejoin, I guess. Basically, that allows us to ensure that the map is on NA West, as Nemesis is playing from Singapore.
Oh, I see. This is probably a decent amount of ping there as
Indeed,
well.
indeed.
Wow, that's amazing. You like if I had very much lag, I don't know that I could get the pylons and stuff down in time to stop the Bane bust. So
Oh,
that's
very good point.
even more impressive, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's having that cannon there definitely helped, especially
Mm-hmm.
as well. Like typically, whenever I get Bane busted, I don't have a forge or a cannon out, so it actually is a
Fun
little bit
fact:
more brutal to hold.
the Forge actually has more HP than the Gateway as well. So,
Does it really now?
yes,
Oh my!
of course I would know that, right?
Of course you would know that. Why wouldn't you?
Alrighty, I will
It's
be.
interesting. Is that the case for other upgrade structures as well? Do
I
they
have
have
no idea.
more HP typically than the production facilities? I mean, obviously
I don't play
they
the other
don't.
races.
Yeah.
The reason why I know this is because I have to hold a Baneling bust with
Yeah.
at my base when I've gone Forge first. So
Yeah. I know that engineering base have a lot of HP, but mostly the reason that people drop engineering base to drop or to stop expansions is because of the cost is cheaper than a production facility. But I don't actually know if it has more HP than a barracks or not. I don't believe that it does. Um. Okay, I see how you're doing this now.
if you could help me invite the rest of the people.
Okay. Let's see. Who is it that we're trying to get in here? We still need
Mayhem.
okay. Invite to game. I suppose I just invite whoever.
Whoever's in the
Or
party,
both of.
essentially.
Yeah, just both of them. There we go. Okay, we have them in here now.
Except for Nemesis.
Oh, Nemesis was in here a minute ago. But she elected not to join the lobby, apparently. Why would you do that to me?
It's bugging on her.
Oh, I see. I cannot seem to find. Oh, Nemesis, where have you gone? Why have you forsaken me? Please come back. I didn't mean what I said.
Wow.
I just forgot that you were a girl. I didn't mean to call you a guy. I'm sorry. I don't keep track of everybody in the guild. There's a lot of people here.
this.
Do you have her friended? Because I
Yeah,
do not,
I'm
and I'm having a horrible
talking to
time
her.
trying to find her. Okay. Oh, that's funny. I just realized it actually shows my name as Yappy Kitten
Yep.
on your screen, but it shows Legolas on mine. That's odd. I didn't actually realize that it made the difference
Oh yeah.
in game. Okay then.
Oh,
I
it found
promise
her.
you guys I am who I say I am. That the Yappy Kitten thing is a long dead meme that we had whenever I used to play Overwatch with my group. We all had kitten names back in the day. So if you ran into the Kitten Clan on the Overwatch ladder about a year ago, that was me. Yeah, I was the Reinhardt typically. All right, looks like we are going to get into game now. It's going to be Nem versus Tenacity, another Zerg player, it would appear. Is he actually platinum?
Yeah, they should both be platinum. They're still on their platinum set.
Okay. Is Nem platinum?
No, Nem is D1.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know if she's D1 on this account, but she has a D1 account.
I see, I see.
Alright, I will be right back.
Alrighty then.
But I will
PVC.
change this overlay so that it is not...
Okay. I will try my best to observe properly. It is going to be on Port Alexander. I do not believe we said that before. Seems pretty balanced map for the matchup. I can't think of any glaring issues for either race. But let's get into game here. I believe you're on my camera, yes? Zeno? Anyways, we're going to assume that we're on my camera, hopefully, and we will introduce the player. Up in the top left, representing AlphaX, it is Nemesis. And in the bottom right, playing for Team Cryptc, it is the Zerg player, Tenacity. I kind of messed that pan a little bit, but it'll be okay. Interesting decision going for the... Oh my goodness, an 18 hatch. That is not optimal really at all. Probe is going to come in. Is it going to block the hatch? No. Probe has decided to forego that and just go straight into the main, scout around. Extractor goes down. Spawning pool is probably going to be off of the drone that comes out. Nexus first again from Nemesis. Completely fine, as the build for the Zerg player appears to be very standard, albeit a little off on the timings, but it is a platinum Zerg, so you cannot expect him to hit all of the timings perfectly. Back on the other side of the map, we have the Nexus first, obviously going down, followed up by the Gateway. Both gases are now being taken. Nem is not currently using any of her Chrono Boost. I'm imagining she's just saving that up for some kind of timing push, perhaps.
It's probably for the Gateway. Getting the Adept out is going to be... Well, she also could spend it on the probes. Like, she only needs one Chrono for the first Adept. But anyway, did you intro the players?
Yes, I did.
Oh wow! Okay.
I hope that it was on my camera.
I forgot to set it on your camera before I left.
Okay. Well, that's lovely. I did try and get your attention, but that's okay. Both players have been introduced. If you want, we can do it again, just to get the fancy panning animation.
I think I'll just spin for them.
Alrighty then. I mean, everything is pretty standard, with the exception of the forge and the cannon at the natural of Nemesis. However, with her opening being a little bit different, going for the Nexus first and then into Gateway Forge, it's perfectly normal for her.
She has a proxy pylon down, and the Lings came very close to scouting it, but they did not, in fact, actually find it, which I think actually goes in her favor. Because, like,
does it actually?
Well, here's the thing.
Do that though. Like, does it?
They didn't scout it. So because they did not.
This ling though. This ling.
Okay.
Will find it.
Never mind then.
Oh my goodness! The probe. The probe is stuck.
Well, I mean, she's gonna have to cancel that anyway. Like, there's no way it's gonna finish.
Yeah, the other three Zerglings
right?
are coming back. They've heard tell that there are Protoss buildings in this neck of the woods, and they are not pleased about it. Get out of here, you dirty Protoss. We don't want you building on our side of the map.
Or does she let it finish and build the Dark Shrine at home?
Ah, very interesting. She does. Dark Shrine does go down back at home, and a second Twilight, actually.
Well, she needs that for the, charge.
Yeah, clearly. The Adept is coming in, scouting around to the third. Unfortunately, there are no drones there. The Shade is going to finish on top of a couple of drones, but she decides to walk right on past it, go into the main, ignores another one that walks by, is still ignoring. Adept is just running all over, is not even interested.
He's just scouting.
Drone kills at all. The Shade is going to take her back on out.
Oh, she will find the Roachhorn. That's kind of nice.
Sees the Roachhorn and the Evolution Chamber. That's very good to see. Also, it spots the timing on the lair. How important that is at this level, I am unclear. That Adept has ran all around the Zerg base and is still not dead. That is extraordinary. And is going to yell with the target fire. Oh.
That would have been a hilarious Adept.
That would have been quite amazing. Many gateways going down back at home for Nemesis as well. Warp Prism is being started and is queued to go right over to the Zerg's main. Overlord is going to get shot down by the Stalker as well. It doesn't actually get to see the...
Well, it sees two gateways.
Yeah, he saw two.
So, he knows that there's at least 4 gates on the field.
Yeah, which 4 isn't abnormal.
No, it's not.
But, these, 7 is very abnormal for this stage of the game. Perhaps maybe not for Nemesis. Zerglings are kind of placed out and about.
Overlord I would definitely call this all in.
Overlord does see the Warp Prism. If he actually saw it, I am unclear. He is making roaches. He doesn't have a tremendous amount of drones, but well, he's actually a little oversaturated. If he had these 3 drones back in his natural, he'd actually be in a very good spot. Warp Prism does come in, is now going to start warping in, I'm assuming, yes, Dark Templar. 5 Dark Templar to be exact. Spore is in place, roaches are here though, and those Dark Templars have to run, get out of there.
The other 2 DTs are at the third are collecting drones though. That is 6 drones to start, and a couple more as they retreat out. They will get the Spore Crawler.
Spore, no detection here anymore. Zealots have come in and are now ravaging the main base, however. Dark Templar are out. Roaches are spawning on top of them. They've right-clicked on the hatchery. I don't actually think they'll be able to get it. Maybe just barely. No! Not quite. 186 HP on that hatchery.
That would have been a nice pickup.
Unbelievably close. Unfortunately, as it stands, that's not all that great of an investment. However, the third base does go down, which is good, and the Dark Templar get to walk away, one of them on half HP. But,
well, this is going to be a ICA all-in follow-up off of that.
A lot of Overlords got picked off at some point. He was very supply block there for a bit, but
This is a good roach count, though.
Yeah. A lot of Archons, not many Immortals yet. Only 1 so far. Is she making more? 2. The second one just popped out, so she does have 2.
Uh-oh.
that is a
I think
decent
Nemesis
amount.
is going to be out of position for this attack.
Uh-oh, this is not good at all. One immortal is trailing as well, so if she just
I
retreats back...
do not believe she smells this.
Oh, this is not good at all. She's not turning around. Okay, there she goes. Now she is turning around. This immortal needs to hold up and wait for the rest of his friends to get here, though. Otherwise, he's just going to get jumped on. Few roaches are turning around, but it's not actually going to kill that immortal. Well,
with the charge slots.
Oh, okay, this is actually
This is not a bad trap at all.
Yeah, this is actually turned into a very good engagement for the pro.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I would say that was a mistake on the part of the Zerg a little bit, but very well handled by the Protoss player Nemesis there. And,
yeah, I think Tenacity needed to push into the main, like, stutter step, get as many probes on the way up, and take out the production.
Yeah. 7 Ravagers morphing in with 4 more Roaches on the way, but...
After that trade...
Scary Protoss army right
now.
Oh,
yeah.
This is a very scary Protoss army. You warp in some more Zealots, and I actually do not believe that this will be able to be stopped. War Prism Siege is up! The Corrosive Vials try and land on the Stalkers, though, which just move out of the way. The War Prism remains. I'm pretty sure this base is forfeit. I do not believe that they
there's not a whole lot of Zealots to tank for this right now, though.
But I don't think it's necessary. The Stalkers are in high enough amount. The Immortals are the backbone of this army. The Archons completely untouched just about.
Yeah, there are 3 Immortals here.
But yeah, 3rd Immortal shows up. Warping in additional Stalkers as well. A little bit low on the mineral counts. You can't really pump out that many, but this is a death wish right here. Corrosive Bile does not land. Oh, this is heartbreaking for the Zerg. And Nemesis is just going... Oh, that Corrosive Bile connects with 2, but it is just not enough at this point. A little bit of a move command here on a lot of these Stalkers. Really needs to be on attack move here. But the rest of the Roaches and Ravagers get cleaned up in the back, and that is it. GG from Tenacity. Nemesis takes another game. And AlphaX has gone from being 1 game down to 1 game up. All thanks to Nemesis here. Very well played by her here. I believe at one point the Zerg was actually doing quite well, but that attack kind of got botched there. Even with the move outs from Nemesis there, very brutal end to that game. But such is the way of things from time to time.
Oh. I guess I accidentally had it on upgrades instead of production. I must have misclicked somewhere. Oh well.
Well then.
I guess it was a Brood War cast.
Well, in Brood War, you don't even know what upgrades they have from time to time until they.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That is perfectly okay.
My apologies to the chat.
Yeah, I had the production tab open on my screen, and I was keeping you guys pretty much up to date with all of the important stuff there. But regardless of Xeno's poor casting abilities, we carry on.
Poor obsing abilities.
Wapow! Right to the kisser. Alright, we have the next cryptic player, Sapo? Sappo? He has 2 P's.
Sappho?
Sapho, maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe he has a sap phobia, and this is his way
maybe it's sapfa.
But that's an O.
No, but pho.
O makes the O noise.
No. Do you know what? Not know what pho is?
I guess not. Explain it.
It's a food. It's spelled PHO, but it's pronounced pho.
I don't know that I would eat something called pho.
It's like noodles.
I'm guessing that it's pronounced. I'm guessing it is pronounced Sappa though, because
Yeah, it probably is
the way
Sappa.
that Mayhem has spelled it
Mm-hmm.
leads me to believe that that is what he goes by. Oh no, I'm sorry. He corrected himself. It is in fact Sapo.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
we'll pick a name and we'll go with it.
I'm going with Sapo.
Okay.
I like it. It rolls.
It works. I have no complaints. It's pronounceable. That's more important.
Exactly.
Unless I am told otherwise, I just find a logical pronounceable way. It's like you can't perfectly know every time. Okay, New
Alrighty.
Repugnancy is the map, and I will go make it.
Alrighty then. Alright. I wonder if we are going to get yet another Zerg player here, or if we're going to change it up and force Nemesis to play a different style, because she seems very confident in her DT play, her Nexus first into Forge DT play. It seems to do her quite well. See if we get another matchup here and see what she does versus Terran and Protosses. Alrighty, and oh, okay. Alright, we got everybody. That's 5, that looks like it. Surprise, guys! Me and Zeno were playing.
Thank you.
Not really. Alrighty. So it is going to be a PvP. So Nemesis is going to have to change up her strategy. Although I imagine DTs are probably still going to come into play at some point. Because of how much she seems to like them versus Zerg. Player check.
Okay. Looks like we're good to go.
Alrighty then. Good luck to the players. See if Nemesis can continue her win streak. Or if Seppo is going to be the toppling force that ends Nemesis' reign of terror for Alpha.
Chat says that thank you, Jay Skippy, for knowing what pho is. Chat says that it's pronounced Sappho. I guess, assuming chat is right, it's a female poet.
I see.
We can go with it.
They would know. It's probably some of his or her clanmates. So, shall we begin with the introductions?
Indeed,
then?
indeed.
All right. Spawning in the top right corner of the map, playing for AlphaX, winning the last 2 games. It is Nemesis. Playing Protoss. I don't know if I said that already.
And in the bottom left has the blue Protoss with the Tal'Darim skin. It is Sappho.
All right. Yeah, I love the building skins for the Protoss. They look so menacing.
You know, I am slightly disappointed. We are on the best. We are on the best cannon map for this map pool.
You would know.
Yes, I would know.
And unfortunately, no forges are thrown down.
Nem doesn't cannon rush, and I can understand. Well, I mean, she does in other cases, but not this one. This is not a situation where she would try it.
Oh my goodness, what? That had to be a misclick, right?
What?
That was supposed to be a Cybercore, right? 3 gates? For Sapo?
Oh.
What?
Oh my.
That had to be a misclick.
It must have been.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that is so huge. That is like the hugest thing that can happen in a PvP. Oh my god.
Oh no.
The Cybercore is almost done for Nemesis.
Oh wait.
Oh my god.
I think he's...
now goes down. Holy crap.
Did he just realize that he misclicked and... Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, that is horrible. And Nemesis
Well, he's actually started 2 zealots. There is
I don't believe that was his plan from the beginning.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It could be.
There is a build that works similar to this. I don't know if he's aware of that.
Yeah, but delaying your Cybercore.
It doesn't
so
involve
long,
delaying your cyber. No, it's just it's like a proxy gate PvP. It's a really weird proxy gate PvP sort of thing.
Well, anyways, Nemesis is going for the Sentry Stalker into Robo build. A little bit mistimed, but I think that might have been due to a supply block. I wasn't paying close enough attention. This wall.
I'm getting the
Nemesis
feeling
is a little odd.
I'm getting the feeling that this is only going to have...
Oh, okay. No, she did open with 2 stalkers. She just got 1 sentry. That's interesting.
Well,
all right then.
I mean, the Dark Shrine is gonna be underway shortly. I mean, right now the TC is going down, so we know what that means if it's Nemesis, right?
Yeah. Shield battery goes down. I actually love this, by the way. The pylon placement here between the 2 gas geysers that powers the Robo and gives you a good location for your shield battery. I might actually steal that.
Yeah, it's
really
not bad.
Cool. I like that a lot.
It's really nice for any map that has the gases together.
Yeah, her wall is a little odd, but I'm sure that it'll work. And oh my goodness, there are a lot of zealots and sentries.
Nah, this Nexus cannot be held. This needs to be canceled.
There are a lot of zealots and sentries coming across the map for Sapo here. He too has a Robo and so many pylons. Holy crap. Yeah, the Nexus is canceled. Force field on the ramp. That is really good. Unfortunately, blocked out 2 of her own probes there.
She needs...
another force field there. Good. That's excellent. This pylon is going to be focused down. Oh, that Stalker. Come on. Oh my gosh. 5 HP on this Stalker and it will not die. Are you kidding me? Alright, this gate is going to be broken down. The sentries are now out of energy. I don't actually know if Nemesis can stop this anymore.
Well, if she retreats back to her probes and pulls them with the shield battery's help, and that Immortal is offering a ton of DPS.
Really good. Okay, the recall goes down. Looks like 1 more zealot will fall. Yeah, and...
Or just a recall. Okay, just a recall. So, the ball swings back the other way, I think, because like she can counter with... Were there?
Yeah. There is an observer out on the map. I am not quite sure where it is right
It's with the army. The observer for Sappho?
Okay.
Yeah.
God, I am so not used to how fast observers move right now. That is just so insane. It's actually able to keep up with the army now. Like I can't tell you how many times I've just another quick cancel on the Nexus, and this follow-up attack though, 1 Immortal.
Force field. Okay.
Yep, force field does go down. Okay, with the observer on the high ground, it is going to be able to spot this DT.
But there's a DT on the other side too, and it's gonna Oh, no target on the.
No. Okay.
Well, there's 2 in fact.
No. Okay.
5 probes. That's still something, and it forces the retreat.
It's focusing down the Robo, but I believe the observer will get out way before the Robo actually dies.
Well, there's also another.
Right? Observer?
No! So there is only one observer for Sappho, and it is on the other side of the map.
Oh, and he just calls the GG there. Wow. Dark Templar. I guess with no recall, the damage back at home would have been absurd. But, oh man.
Wow. What a game.
Nemesis is able to clutch it out. Yeah, exactly. One millisecond on that observer. I was quite sure that observer was going to get out in time.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
What did we just see?
Brutality. This is one of the most unforgiving games I have ever had the pleasure
of inches
playing. Oh yes. Oh, that was a game of millimeters right there.
Yeah.
Oof. So disgusting.
Oh man.
But yeah, Alpha is now 3-1.
Well, no, this is game point for both sides because we started 0-2 due to not having any platinums.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right. So
okay, so it's actually a 3-3 score then. So
yes.
Nemesis actually lifting the big weights as it
turns
out is able to tie up the series. Oh, I'm watching it in this. I have the stream open on the side, and it's to the point where the Dark Templar are attacking the robot. I cannot believe that observer didn't get out. It was like the observer was on was on Ire, and it's like it's slowly seeing the world around it becoming new repugnancy. And it's like, all right, I'm here. Boom! Instantly back on Ire. I'm so confused. What am I doing here? I thought that we were on the map. Word comes into Ire. The Nexus has fallen. The game is over. Tal'Darim are dead. And that observer is like, I could have stopped this. I just wanted to be warped in a little bit more. My pinky toe wasn't quite warped in, and so I got sent back to Ire. That doesn't seem fair. Goodness.
What maps have we played on? Repugnancy, Port, Kairos.
We've had 4 games. What was the other one? My goodness. I don't know the names of the maps well enough.
Oh, Cyber is the one we're missing.
Cyber, yeah. So King's Cove, Automation, and I believe that's it actually.
There should be 3.
Oh, Year Zero. Year Zero is also here. So any of those will do. And I'm sorry, it's automaton. That's how that's pronounced. I'm dumb. I can't read.
Year Zero, automaton, and what else?
King's Cove.
What a game. I don't even...
Yeah, words. Observer. I believe that sums up...
Yes, Observer.
Yeah, that pretty much sums up that game. Because I believe on the other side of the map, there was actually enough to finally kill Nemesis. But...
Well... You know, I think Nemesis sniped the DT that was on the other side of the map. I'm not 100% sure on that, though.
You mean, oh goodness, I just did this. Sappho. You mean Sappho killed the DT?
No, Nemesis killed Sappho's... Because Sappho had one DT already... Or one... one observer already out.
Oh, I see. Okay, the observer. Okay, I understand what you're saying now because I'm like, Sapo didn't have DTs.
Okay, I have left the party so I can make the game, and
Okay. All right then. So it all rests on Nemesis shoulders then?
yeah, ever since Nemesis
Okay.
entered, because Nemesis entered as the ace.
Oh, I see. Okay. And a very odd way of doing things that she has. All right. Let's get in here.
Who am I missing? Nemesis. Where is Nemesis? Oh, someone got her.
Automaton. This map is so weird. It's almost like it's an automaton. I'm so funny.
That was terrible.
Except that I'm not.
And the self-deprecating humor.
It's my staple, man. Everybody makes fun of me in real life, so there must be something to it.
Oof. Yeah. Casting. The mic will still pick up.
Players are ready. Let us do it.
This is the last game.
Push the buttons.
Sorry.
In a game about pushing buttons, it seemed like it would be easy for you to push one.
Attention was elsewhere.
Just like most of his latter games.
Oof.
Roasted.
Well, let's push the button to change the overlay. How about that?
That sounds good. Let us do that.
We don't need to give them a radio cast.
All right. Our final game is going to be a PvZ yet again. Will Nemesis... Or, I'm sorry, let's do the introductions first. And since I already started saying your name, let's start on the 2 o'clock position on our map here, Automaton. It is Nemesis playing for AlphaX as the pink Protoss. Ah, my boy.
And mirroring her position, it is the red Zerg for Cryptic, Shang XZ. With a fast pool.
Shangs, perhaps? Yeah, it's a fast pool, but I believe this is more of a defensive option.
Yeah,
in the
probably.
event of cannon rushing. Does put 3 drones directly into gas very quickly.
It could open up some, like, Nemesis has shown 2 Nexus first games.
This probe is gonna block the oh, yep, okay, yep. The poor drone has to leave. Pylon goes down, but that drone is totally out of here. It's like, I am not dealing with this crap. You Protoss scum, you come in here, you mess up my I wanted to be a hatchery.
You know, if Shang commits to, like, because he still has drones and gas, so if he commits to some heavy aggression, this forward hatch may actually be to his benefit.
Double gateway for Nem here. Is that a full wall?
Yes, it's a full wall. I think this is intentional based on the fact that it was a pool first and not a because she still went Nexus first, so like the Zealot wouldn't be out in time.
Yeah,
or might not be out in time.
Is going to be a Roach Warren for our Zerg player Shang.
Yeah, Shang has decided to turn up the aggression, and this pylon is it's giving information, but I don't know if it's giving the information that Nemesis wants right now.
Yeah, needs it right now. Yeah, I don't know if you cut out intentionally there, but you did.
Oh.
I'm interested to see if he is going to. Yeah, he's definitely getting aggressive with this.
Oh yeah, I mean with that fast roach one, the extra gas, like there's. I mean,
is there extra gas? Well, there's not a whole.
He
lot
didn't
of gas,
pull off
so
of
he's
gas.
Not going to,
well, he doesn't have extra gas because he already made the roaches. He already put it towards.
Yeah. But yeah, he put it towards roaches, but he's not actually making ravagers because he doesn't have the gas for that. And
sure.
You're not going to break this, I don't believe, without ravagers, because that cannon will just sit back there and shell. But yeah, he's definitely going to need extra gas if he really wants to.
I don't think Nemesis has a read on this just yet. Because I'd like to see a shield battery. I'd like to see... Oh, well, okay. She heard me.
Here you go. Reverse caster curse. Is coming down. Extra cannon's going down, actually. That's pretty good. Immediately focusing down the pylon, but not very many... Oh, well, that's an interesting place to morph your Ravagers. I do not believe this is actually going to work here.
With the shield battery...
down. The corrosive vial's coming down onto the pylon. Needs to get the shield battery to heal that pylon if she can.
This wall may break and the lings will spill in. This is getting kind of scary.
Yeah, this is not good at all. The lings are going in. They're going to wrap around that stalker. It's going to evaporate. The cannons are still firing.
We're out of shield battery energy too.
Yeah, this is. I believe this is actually GG. Amazing that he was able to do that. I don't see very many Zergs try this strategy with so many lings and only one gas making Ravagers, and that's it. Shang takes out Nemesis, and that is going to give them the victory. Very impressive, actually. That was
a really good read on the first 2 games. Yeah. I feel like that was specific to the Nexus first.
I personally would have done it with 2 gases, but I also wouldn't have done it with so many Zerglings, and I believe that was really the clincher there. Like, the Ravagers broke down the cannons and the pylon, but the lings are what really was doing her in. So much DPS output onto the front, the front gateways there was able to break through. And that is going to be it, I believe. Cryptic takes the victory there.
Well played, well played.
Yeah. I kind of feel for Nemesis, though. She did so much work lifting the heavy weights.
Yeah.
3 players before finally falling, and in such a wonky way as well. Just so much hyper aggression from the Zerg there.
I think... It would have all like if that shield battery had been like 2 seconds sooner, then that cannon gets healed, right? So then that's another couple shots in at least. I don't know if that changes anything, but it buys her a little bit more time. So that's one little thing that would have been nice. Really, she just didn't have enough production.
Yeah, she just didn't have any units. She had 1 Stalker for defense, and Stalkers are okay, but not versus that many Zerglings. They definitely fare better against the Roaches, but not if you only have 1 versus 7 of them.
Oh well.
Yep.
Well, this has been the VTL week 3, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. And till next time. Let me see. Tomorrow there will be an Alpha Pro series between Starkiller and Practice X that will be on the Africa stream, casted by the lovely Swagger. that will be at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then following that, at 4 p.m., there will be a PvT between Estrella and Masa, also casted by Swagger.
That should be a good one.
Oh, yeah. And to round out the day, there will also be an All in the Nidus NA game between the home team, All In, and Gorgo's NA team. That will be the quarterfinals for that team league. Okay. So that go ahead.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Estrella is from our clan?
Yes, Estrella and Starkiller are both on our first team, our Dragons team. So yes, so Estrella I think is like 6K or plus. Wow. Like he may be like
anybody that gets to 6K is respect in my book.
Oh yeah.
But if you are an AlphaX clan member, make sure to tune in and give your support to Estrella there, because it is not going to be an easy battle, but I believe that it's one that they can do.
His PvT it's a little bit greedy, but it's very scary the way he plays it. So, like, he took out, who was it? He recently played some top end Terran and like had an upset, but I don't remember who it was now. Anyway,
needless to say, his PvT is quite good. So
yes.
Tune in there and give him his support.
Oh, I think it was special.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was that caliber at least. Memory's a little fuzzy, but yeah, I remember it was like Korean, but not Korean.
Gotcha.
Anyway, he also took out Parting in a best of 9. So,
wow.
Yeah, he's a very solid, strong Protoss.
That's a long series of best of 9. My goodness.
Yeah, that's what the Alpha Pro series are. They're best of 9s. They're show matches designed to show like the full range, and you get to see that mind games, right? Like they're starting to understand, like by games like 6 and 7 and onward, you see like, okay, well, he did this games 1 and 2, so maybe if I do this or show this, all that good stuff.
Indeed. And I think really when we go back to the games that we just casted, that's kind of what did in Nemesis, because she did the exact same build three times in a row, basically, with Zergs. And
very true.
The last player that we had there just got a full read on it. It's just, you know what? You've done it twice already. I've got a build that stops it.
All right.
Anyways, if we are all done here.
Indeed.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate the support. Regardless of how few of you actually come, we always appreciate it. My name is Lego.
I'm friend Xenodactyl.
And we will see